I realized that many people do not know how YouTube works, so I created a short opening. The icon in the bottom left corner will take you to the video creator's YouTube channel. If you click on the tab at the top called Video, it will show you all the videos this channel has created. As you can see on my channel, every language has its own color. For example, German is blue, Italian is pink, and French is red. If you click on the tab at the top called Playlist, you will see that every language is organized into separate playlists. If you click on one of the playlists, the first video in the playlist will start. On the right side are all the videos in the playlist. Do not forget to click the black button called Subscribe. I am driving through an all-black area of Chicago. During the summer of 2022, the United States started redoing all of our roads, highways and bridges. I show different parts of Chicago in my videos because I think it is more interesting than looking at some man talking. The first video in this 3-part series showed that many single mothers do not consider the situation from the man's point of view. The second video showed that many single mothers think they are the prize. As Mr. Kevin Samuels stated in the video, many single mothers believe they are more valuable than a man without children, or more valuable than men in general. They might not say this directly or think it. However, their actions show it. Plus, many single mothers want to believe having children with another man does not make them less desirable to men in general. This video, which is the last video in the series, shows what men fail to consider when they start a relationship with a single mother. In fact, all of the videos in this series showed what many men failed to consider when they started a relationship with a single mother. I have to admit I was one of them. I was so brainwashed that I never considered that if I married a woman with children, it was not my responsibility to take care of those children financially. Many people in my family, women and some men, kept saying I was wrong for not wanting to get into a romantic relationship with a single mother. What saved me was the fact that this was not how I wanted to spend my money. I was not the one who had fun making the baby, so why would I want to pay for the baby? Why should I throw away my options? What is in it for me? How does it benefit me? They would always reply with, "You could be missing out on a lot of good women." I would then say, "Yes, but there are a lot of good women without children." Remember, this was back in the 1970s, the 1980s and the 1990s. They would use the same argument when I got into a romantic relationship with a woman outside my race. I would say, "Why should I drive all over a black neighborhood just to find a black woman to marry when there are good women down the street, but who just happen to be white?" I think that with the men in my family, there was a lot of jealousy and envy. And with the women, it makes them feel stupid. It makes the women feel stupid because they pursued the Pookies and the Ray Rays, thinking that the Pookies and the Ray Rays are smarter than the average nice guy or good man. These women truly believed that the Pookies and the Ray Rays would be successful. For my foreign viewers, Pookie and Ray Ray are boys who are running in the streets. It is not that the Pookies and the Ray Rays cannot find a job. They do not want to work a real job. They make their money from scams, selling drugs or living off their woman's government check. They have 10 babies by 8 different women. They are not bad people. They are not true criminals. They think they are smarter than everyone else, but all of them are dumbasses. There are different levels of Pookies and the Ray Rays. Some of them even went to college. What all the Pookies and the Ray Rays have in common is that they become jealous or envious of any man who they think is or might become more successful. More successful regarding money, women or standard of living. The Pookies and the Ray Rays will get with their woman and talk badly about the nice guy or the good man. They will say nice guys or good men are stupid or dumb. Then later in life, these women want a nice guy or a good man to come along and take care of them, and their 3 kids by 2 different men. They think that a nice guy or a good man will still want them because they rejected these men in the past. The nice guy or the good man tells these women that they do not want them, and that they have options. Thus, this makes the women feel even more stupid. Women who do not have babies pursue the top 10% of men, the high-earning. Later in life, when these women were not able to lock down a high-earning man, they also wanted a nice guy or a good man. Like before, the nice guy or the good man tells these women that they do not want them, and that they have options. Thus, this makes these women feel stupid. In their past, from different perspectives, all of these women have stated that black men are stupid, black men are trash, or black men are no good. The Passport Brother movement is basically telling these different types of women that they were wrong, and we can prove it. We prove it by going overseas and discovering that women overseas want black men. Plus, many men worldwide are experiencing the same thing, but their women express it differently. For example, I have a male cousin who is a low-life piece of shit, and who married a white woman. And the women in my family have no problems with it. The rapper named Ice-T married a white woman. The same women in my family who love Ice-T, the same women who gave me hell for getting involved romantically with white girls, have no problem with Ice-T marrying a white woman. In this video, Mr. Kevin Samuels shows how men should be looking at marrying a single mother from a financial point of view. It was something I had never considered before. I figured that many men never considered this point of view. However, the problem is that because of how most men are built, no good man can live this way. Most men and women cannot live this way. In the past, most women became single mothers because of a bad situation. Today, most women become single mothers because of bad decisions. No matter how nice and sweet the woman is, she will keep making bad decisions. As Mr. Kevin Samuels stated in the video, most black women are having babies by 20% of black men. The Pookies and the Ray Rays. And having 2, 3 or 4 babies by these men. Thus, not by the good responsible considerate black men. As the rate of single mothers grew in the black community over the past 30 years, the marriage rate has dropped. So now I think people understand how the Passport Brother movement started and why. From watching YouTube videos of men that went overseas and married women that had children, all of those women had children because of a bad situation, and not because they always believed that they could get a man in the future to take care of them. The women overseas did not make bad decisions after bad decisions. They are just in a bad situation. This is why when men go overseas and marry a woman with children, he has no problem with it. However, the women in the United States become upset because the men are not willing to stay in the United States and take care of the single mothers here.
Okay, let's say I was going to marry you, right? Let's just say I'm going to marry you. Let's say our rent is $3,000. Would you expect me to pay all the rent, all the mortgage, or half the mortgage?
If our rent was $3,000,
Mm-hmm.
I would expect for you to pay. See, I was raised different, but I would expect for you to pay, as a man taking the lead, all of it.
Mm-hmm. Taking the lead, meaning what? So a man taking the lead, and guess what? I should really be paying $600.
Oh, why?
Why? Because you live there?
You absolutely right.
Hold
But you,
on,
well, I
excuse
want.
me. You gotta listen. You want to know? Because you come with you and 3 people. I come with me. 3,000 divided by 5 is $600. I got $600 worth of that living space. I ain't living in all those rooms. And see, that's the difference. And I don't even get a kid. See, that means I'm paying to raise somebody else's children. And let's just say, in my scenario, you decided to give me 1 child. And then I come to the table with food, a pizza that has 18 slices, and there are 4 children and 2 adults. That's 6 people. Do you expect every person to eat equally? Each person get 3 slices?
Yeah, that'll fill you up.
And that's bullshit because my kids should eat my food. Your children need to eat out of your out of your portion.
See, and
There
that's the
should be
thing.
no,
Like,
listen, this is how men think. I should bring food for you, me, and my child. So that means I get 6 slices, my kid gets 6 slices, you get 6 slices. And if you want your 3 children from another man to eat, you need to take your 6 slices and divide it with them. We'll let that happen. So if they're stepping into this and they're paying more than 20%, they're getting screwed. You should have the financial, those children that you chose to make should be self-sustaining by the man you chose to make them with. The man you choose to get with, because he's getting no kids, at best should have to pay 20% of every 20% of the lights, mortgage, gas, utilities, groceries, whatever, and whatever. You want men to come in and provide all this because you're the head of house and you're this, and y'all do this stuff when y'all are living like rebels, having babies out of wedlock, not doing anything traditional, and then at the later point start talking this traditional stuff what a man's supposed to do. Well, a woman is supposed to be a wife before she is a mother, and she's supposed to stay. If you don't have that first, you can't say what a man's supposed to do.
A double standard. Like I said, like I just feel like men are out here dating as well, and they have multiple children.
First off, not all men. First off, 54% of black men are single and childless. So not all men. Most men don't have any kids. 30% of black men are married. So the men who are out here with multiple children are roughly about 16 to 20% of men. But that just happens to be the men that y'all make babies with.
50% of black men are unmarried and childless. 30% of black men are married. Therefore, these women are having babies with about 20% of the black men in the United States. The Pookies and the Ray Rays.
Here's the better question. Why didn't you get married before you decided to have kids?
Me personally,
Mm-hmm.
the question was never asked.
Then
But
why would you give a man the greatest blessing a woman can give a man without him even having to make you his wife and give you his last name? Y'all don't seem to understand that men are not raising nobody else's kids. And this is in black America in particular. Black women have got to the point to where you guys almost expect black men to just be stepdaddies. And when we tell you to no, y'all are like, what? What? All our kids are out of wedlock. Well, we didn't say we want this shit. Men are not signing up to be stepfathers because I'm going to ask you, what is the advantage for a childless man to come in to be a stepfather in a situation like yours or just in general? What's the advantage to the man? See that sigh, gentlemen? That sigh was that sigh of there ain't one. Any woman that's raised to be a wife tends to get married because women who are raised to be wives are in high demand. We don't have enough wives for the husbands today. We got plenty of women who want to get married, but we don't have enough wives. Wives are in high demand. They get taken like this. Wives don't marry, and the wives don't have babies out of wedlock. Wives don't do 10-year relationships, 3-year, 5-year, 7-year relationships without wedding rings. They don't do none of that. Wives ain't on Instagram with their ass all out and different color weaves and wives ain't doing none of that shit. Wives ain't got tattoos and fake floppy. Wives don't have none of that. Wives have none of that. Every time you see a woman, men know when they're looking at a wife.
Thank you for watching. Please click the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and share this video.